Feminism was never a good thing. And people will say, the first wave of feminism was great. Like it gave women the right to vote and it gave women the right to work. I don't want to do any of that.
There's a big need for your message.
Yeah.
And I see your content. I was in Dubai when I first, stumbled into one of your reels, and I was like, wait, who is this girl? And that's when I reached out and I wanted to do a podcast with you, because I think a lot of people need to hear that kind of message. It's lacking right now in society. And I honestly, feminism is supposed to be pro-women, but I feel like feminism actually against women.
Yeah, it doesn't empower them, it confuses them.
Well,
100%.
and most of the ones that I've met, that I know, that I've talked to, they're miserable.
Yes.
That's just the truth. They're really miserable after a certain age, especially when they're in their prime. They think they have all the time in the world. They slow play their cards. And then by the time they hit 30, they realize that, holy shit, what am I doing with my life? And then it's so hard for them to find somebody who they can settle with. And the one that they can actually get with, they're not, those guys are not the one they want in general. So it's not like, yeah, you can hook up with a guy, you can meet a guy, you can have fun with a guy. But usually it's very hard for them to get married.
Correct.
Why is that?
Well, I mean, it's what society pushes, right? Like you graduate high school, you've got to go get a college degree, and you can't get married until you have that college degree. That's what my parents told me growing up, by the way, was
Really?
You have to get your college degree before you get married. So society teaches that to women. Like, okay, well, you have to use your 20s and use your teens to accomplish as much as possible. And children are an inconvenience, and marriage is an inconvenience because it stops you from being as productive as possible. Society wants to utilize women. They don't want them to actually live out their purpose, is the problem. So feminism has pushed so much propaganda that it's made women believe that. And now they're getting into their 30s, late 30s, almost 40s, and they're like, oh, I'm not married. I don't have kids. All that I have to my name is some degree that's not, it's temporary, or some job title, whatever it may be. And then they end up miserable, and they look at all these young women and they're like, damn, I wish I would have just gotten married. Or
So you'd agree that feminism has made women less happy across the board?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Where do you believe it went wrong?
From the beginning, feminism was never a good thing. And people will say, the first wave of feminism was great. Like it gave women the right to vote and it gave women the right to work. I don't want to do any of that. First of all, and second of all, feminism was created to control women. I mean, you look back from the start of it was birth control, basically. Yeah. We were told that our reproductive system and our menstrual cycles are not normal and that they need to be medicated. So birth control was pushed on women so they wouldn't have as many babies. They wanted to tax women as well. So, okay, what do we do to create more taxes, to put more money into the government? We put women to work. And we make them pay taxes just like the men pay taxes.
Say it, Ali.
Say what? She's just spitting facts. I mean, there's nothing I can say. She's spitting facts. And it's just, excuse me, they're just playing God. That's what it is.
Correct.
They're playing God.
Yeah.
And I said that on the last podcast I did, a godless society is going to fall.
And look at America.
And America in the past 10, 15 years, the society is just declining. People are miserable. Degeneracy is all over the place. There's no more family values. Correct. They want the men and the women to pay taxes. Back then, a man can make enough money to support a household. Now, you need 2 income, and you don't really need it, but they brainwash you and they sell you on materialistic stuff that you think you need, that you believe that you need to go and work. And the reality is you don't.
Yeah, I put up a post the other day because I get the question all the time in my DMs. That's like, my husband only makes $70K a year. I have to work. I'm like, only? Yeah. Do you have 2 cars? Do you need those 2 cars? Do you need that $5,000 a month rent?
Perspective.
Do you need that designer bag that you buy once a year? Do you need to go on all these different vacations? Do you need to go out and drink every single weekend? Probably not. Like, cut your expenses in half, and there you go. You can be a stay-at-home wife.
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, I know people that live off of $50,000 a year, and they have 2 or 3 kids, and they're just very they just, the best way for me to put it is this: I truly believe that when there's no God in the household, and when there's no God as a foundation, you find everything that's wrong with you not everything that's right. And people stop counting their blessings, especially in the West. You go overseas, it's not the case. You go to West Africa, the poorest continent in the world. By the way, it's the richest continent in the world, but the West has literally taken all its resources, which make them super poor. But they're the happiest people in the world. I was born and raised there. The happiest people in the world. So you really don't need much if you start counting your blessings and you wake up and you realize, hey, I have my health. I am healthy. I have a family. My kids are healthy. I have food. I have a roof over my head. And the problem is we're brainwashed to want all these unnecessary things. And I mean, listen, we're all guilty of it. I'm guilty of it too. Sometimes I buy stuff I don't need. But when you look deep down, yeah, you don't need all of that. And it's a want, not a need. So yeah, I agree with you. You don't need 2 household income. And honestly, I think that having in my opinion, when a man has a woman at home, I think he pushes harder at work. I think I think he's more ambitious. I think he wants to create more. We're wired to want to provide. We're wired to want to protect. That's just in our biology. Just, we had that conversation earlier, and I was telling you, this is something that, when men say we want to go work, like, who do we do it for? Like, honestly, why do we go to work? Why do I spend 12 hours in the office? Why do I call all day? Why do I do coaching calls? Why am I doing this every day?
If it's just for us, we're simple as hell. We can live.
Dude,
in a
I can
box,
live
dude.
on the street.
You guys
dude.
can sleep on the floor.
100%. Put me anywhere. I'm totally. But why do we do it? We do it for 2 things. Number one, to impress women or to take care of our women. That's just the reality. Okay. And then number 2, to have status and respect, because it is important for men to be respected by other men. And that's something that we grew up with. But again, in the West, you don't see that often. Men don't care about respect anymore. They don't care about being respected. They don't care about their reputation. They objectify their wives, their women, and they promote it.
Yeah, it's all about pleasure now. And I will tell you this, because I had my own business when my husband and I first got married. And then once we moved back to our hometown, I was like, you know what, I quit. I don't want to do any of this. My husband's always been a hard worker, but the drive I saw in him after that, when it was like, oh, there's no other income, it's just yours, was like, it was like 10 times harder that he worked. So it's just a natural thing. It's like, oh, I actually have to fully provide for this woman now and pay for all our bills.
Yeah.
So it's a good thing. I mean,
and it's a great feeling, it's an opportunity to step up and
exactly.
That's
as much as it can get stressful for men, we need pressure.
100%.
We need that. We strive off of that. And, as much as it might have been difficult for him, I'm willing to bet that he's more fulfilled than ever. He feels a sense of pride. He feels a sense of responsibility. We want you to be dependent on us. We love that. And I know people are like, oh, why do you want her to depend on you? That's how we're wired. I'm sorry, I can't fight biology. All right. We want you to depend on us. We love that. We want to take care of you. We want to show you the world. Right? There's a reason why all these Disney movies that all these people watch and they love, whether it's, Aladdin and Jasmine, I can show you the world. There's a reason why. Cinderella, there's a reason why. That's what we love. That's why a man, I can go right now. If I'm single, right? I can go right now. I can find a McDonald's worker and I can fall in love with her and I can do anything for her.
There it is.
You would never see a woman, or it's very, very rare for a woman to go and date or marry just a guy at the drive-thru.
Yeah.
They can't do that. Why? Because women want security, stability, safety. Again, they're wired this way. I'm not blaming them and I'm not judging them. That's why when people talk about gold diggers, I'm careful with that word, because I truly believe that it is normal for women to want a man with resources.
Yes.
That is rooted in our biology. So I never judge a woman that asks for those things. Now, when she already has that and she just wants more, and she just jumped from this to this to this to this guy, then yeah, she's a gold digger. But in general, I don't judge. Does that make sense?
Me too. Yeah, I 100% agree.